You can be married, sleep next to someone every night, share meals, raise kids, share a bank account, and still feel completely lonely. And no one talks about it. But we're talking about it today because you deserve to feel seen. Welcome to Beauty for Ashes, the podcast for women who are tired of pretending everything's fine when it's not. I'm your host, Beauty, and today's episode is for the wife who smiles at dinner but cries in the shower. The woman who's doing everything right in her marriage and still feels invisible. Let's be honest, marriage doesn't always feel like partnership. Sometimes it feels like coexisting, like roommates, like carrying the emotional weight of two people while being emotionally fed by none. And it hurts because no one tells you that love can fade without a fight, that intimacy can die in silence, that being married doesn't guarantee you'll be known. And what makes it worse? You don't want to seem ungrateful. At least he's not cheating. At least he comes home every night. At least I'm not single. But you're just not looking for someone to be there. You're craving connection. I remember sitting on the couch with my husband one night. We had just finished dinner. The kids were in bed. And there was silence. Not peaceful silence, awkward silence. I looked at him and thought, I don't even know how to talk to you anymore. And it wasn't that we fought. It wasn't toxic. It was just distant. Like the spark had faded and all that was left was responsibility. And that night I realized I wasn't missing attention. I was missing emotional intimacy. I wanted to be seen, heard, felt, not just shared space with. If you're feeling that too, let me say this loud and clear. You're not crazy. You're not needy. You're not too much. You are human, and humans need connection. And you can be committed to your marriage and still be grieving inside. And maybe you've dropped hints. Or worse, he just looked at you like he didn't get it. But hear me, you deserve a marriage where your soul feels safe. Not just your body, not just your role, but your whole being. And if he's open, talk again. But this time, don't tiptoe around it. Say the real thing. I'm lonely. I need you to meet me here. But if he's not ready or willing, you still get to heal, grow, and care for your own heart. Here's what I've learned through my own lonely seasons in marriage. Stop waiting for him to fill your emotional cup. Fill it yourself first. That might mean therapy, a community, a faith community, a women's group, or even quiet time journaling what you really feel. Stop shrinking your needs. You're not annoying for wanting emotional connection. That's not a luxury. It's a requirement in real love. Reconnect yourself. Sometimes we feel unseen because we've stopped seeing ourselves. When was the last time you did something that made you feel alive? Not as a wife, not as a mom, just as a woman. Invite God into the ache. When no one else gets it, he does. And I've learned that sometimes the ache in your marriage is the invitation to go deeper with yourself with God. You're not the only one. There are so many women married on paper but single in spirit. And while that may be your reality now, it doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You can fight for your marriage. You can fight for your soul. But never forget, you matter too. So tonight, after the dishes are done and the house is quiet, don't scroll. Don't numb yourself. Sit with your heart and ask, what do I need right now? Then promise yourself you're going to stop ignoring that answer. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone silently struggling. Okay? And in the comments, if you've ever felt this kind of loneliness, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you experienced and how you dealt with it. And don't forget to subscribe. Next week, we're diving into how to feel seen again in a relationship that feels cold. Until then, remember, being strong doesn't mean being silent. You deserve connection. You deserve to be seen. This is Beauty for Ashes, and I'll see you next time. Bye!